some trouble for Bernie Sanders' campaign ahead of tomorrow's big debate. Forced to fire a top staffer who improperly accessed Hillary Clinton's campaign files. As our new ABC News Washington Post poll shows Clinton with a commanding 31-point lead nationwide. ABC's Cecilia Vega is inside the debate hall in Manchester, New Hampshire, where they will face off tomorrow night. Good morning, Cecilia.
George, good morning to you. The way this is being described, if this was the Super Bowl, it would be like Bernie Sanders' team getting a hold of the opposing team's playbook right before the big game. As you can see, the stage is set for the big debate right here behind me. It happens tomorrow night. Overnight, a major campaign violation. A Bernie Sanders staffer fired, accused of breaking the rules, tapping into rival Hillary Clinton's confidential campaign database that contains valuable information about voters from around the country. As a result, the Democratic National Committee temporarily suspending the Vermont senator's campaign from accessing the party's voter file, a major blow just as the race for the White House heats up before the crucial Iowa caucuses. The Sanders campaign blaming a software flaw, saying a glitch on Wednesday briefly allowed rivaling campaigns to see each other's private data. That's when the breach occurred. A Sanders spokesman saying that behavior is unacceptable and that staffer was immediately fired. This new campaign turmoil coming just as Sanders, Clinton, and former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley prepare to face off in the final debate of 2015. Sanders telling the Huffington Post he's already looking far past Election Day.
I started writing my inauguration speech as opposed to the speech I have to give tomorrow. Look, the answer is yes.
And there's plenty of supporters who want to see him go all the way. This week, the Sanders campaign hitting the $2 million contribution mark, mainly from small donations less than $30 each. Overnight, Hillary Clinton also racking up campaign cash. Her daughter Chelsea there for the first time to help drum up those dollars. The star-studded New York City fundraiser with celebrities like Drew Barrymore and Katie Holmes. Holmes posting this photo on Instagram, writing, "Mothers and daughters, #WeAreWithHillary." So far, no response on these allegations from the Clinton team, but the ramifications for Sanders could be huge. It's like not being able to access these voter files could be a real setback at this point in the campaign. George, you can bet all of this will come up right here in New Hampshire tomorrow night.
Yeah, they're going to hope that suspension doesn't hold. Cecilia, thanks very much. Let's talk about the debate and the Democratic campaign with Matthew Dowd, our chief political analyst. And, you know, we saw that commanding lead for Hillary Clinton, 31 points nationwide, but Sanders does have some real strength.
He does have some real strength. And if you take a look at the comparison between Bernie Sanders now and Barack Obama in 2007, when Barack Obama was 28 points behind Hillary Clinton and ended up winning Iowa and then going on and securing the nomination. So they're very much in the same place. Hillary Clinton has a commanding lead. But Bernie Sanders, just like Donald Trump on the other side, is drawing huge crowds. He's got the biggest crowds of anybody other than Donald Trump. He has the largest number of contributors that anybody's ever seen in the course of a presidential race. And his voters are very fervent. Again, very much like Donald Trump. So he has a shot. I think the question is can he overcome it?
And so far, at least, he's actually ahead in New Hampshire, according to the most recent polls. Meantime, we saw this strange situation yesterday. Vladimir Putin at his year-end press conference praising Donald Trump praising him back, a little bit of a bromance developing. Does this have any political implications?
It's a little. They ought to get Silvio Berlusconi and put a trio together and get the band back together. I don't know what they call it, Incredible Ego Tour or Trio or whatever they call it. I don't think it has anything. What's going to happen is Donald Trump supporters are going to say, that's right, he has respect to world leaders already. He's not even elected president. And people that don't like Donald Trump are going to say, listen, he has the support of a dictator from Russia. This is a bad thing about him. So I think it's going to split along the supporters and opponents' lines, and that's the way I'll look at it. But his supporters will love the fact that Putin is saying great things about Donald Trump.
Okay, Matthew Dowd, thanks very much. We'll be heading to New Hampshire. Our whole political team will be there this weekend with the debate moderated by David Muir and Martha Raddatz tomorrow night. I'll anchor special coverage starting at 8 and be there live Sunday morning for this week.